Oh, excuse me. This is Driscoll House, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Hi, I'm Sandy Gillam.
I'm Judy Bryant. This is Wally Wallace.
Hi, Sandy.
Oh, I'm in a dreadful predicament at the moment. I just hope these people in here can help me. Wally, would you be a darling and mind my bag while I go and see the people in charge?
Well, you're actually talking to them now.
Oh!
How can we help you?
Oh, I'm dreadfully sorry. I thought you were the gardeners.
We are the gardeners. Actually, we're jacks of all trade, but mainly we're into helping people with problems.
Oh, yes. Well, I certainly hope you can help me with mine, you see. I've just run away from my husband. And this kind taxi driver told me about this place. Oh, you've just got to help me. I've got nowhere else to go. We've been married for almost 2 years, and barely a night has gone by that he hasn't come home and beaten me black and blue and for no reason. I used to love him so much.
Well, don't you worry. You can stay here as long as it takes to sort yourself out.
Oh, thanks, Judy. I can call you Judy.
Of course you can.
Oh.
Well, come on inside and meet everyone.
Thanks.
Sandy, you can't go around getting engaged to people when you're already married.
But you've seen him. He's so sweet. I just love him to pieces. And he bought me a ring with the biggest diamond you've ever seen. Trouble is, I had to hock it just to survive. I can't upset his feelings again. He already feels dreadful about losing me my job.
Well, how did that happen?
Well, it was our first date. And the manager called me up to work just as I was about to go out with Philip. Well, Philip was devastated, so I took him along with me. I figured we could still have dinner in between serving the customers. Only the most dreadful accident happened. I spilt the soup in this man's lap and he swore at me. Well, you can't blame him. It was potato soup.
I still don't understand how Philip lost you your job.
Well, it upset him to hear the man use that bad language. So when the manager came up, that just got too much for Philip, so he just bopped them both in the middle of the nose. We had to have dinner somewhere else.
Sandy, let's talk seriously here for a minute, love. You're going to have to tell Philip that you're already married. You can't expect that poor guy to think he's going to marry you any day.
Oh, you're right, Judy. And you're such a wonderful friend. That reminds me, I bought him the most wonderful scarf. I'll give it to him when I tell him. That'll make him feel
just
better.
as long as you tell him, okay?
Oh, Wally, I found a lovely, lovely pipe for you. Here we are. And where's Judy's? Wait till you see this. It's the most heavenly pink gardening outfit. So every time you wear it, you can think of our first meeting.
It is pink, isn't it? Thank you very much.
Ah, don't thank me. I just wanted you both to know how much I loved you before I leave. Jenny, Rosie, wait till you see what I bought you.
Pixie.
James! Oh, hello.
Well, I see you do recognize him.
Oh, yes. Judy, this is my husband, James.
Yes, we've met. But it's funny, I would have never picked him as your husband. That's not how you described him at all.
Yes, this is my husband, all right. Oh. Now just drive off and don't look back. Goodbye. Oh, Philip.
Hello, darling. Who was the guy in the car?
Oh, a friend. Here it is. It's for you, Judy, for being so marvellous to me.
Well, you shouldn't have done that. You've already done
I
enough.
know, but I wanted to. It's a book to put your telephone numbers in, but it's a funny one. It's got cartoons of nude men in it, and it's called Handy Dialing Digits.
Well, something I've always wanted, you know.
I've got to have a shower and oh my God, look at the time.
Cliff, is he? Wentworth Detention Centre.
Hello?
No, 8:30.
Stand on that line.
Right, thank you.
You know, I've never been inside a prison before. Oh, thank you.
You're Sandra Louise Mason, is that correct?
Yes, but you can call me Pixie if you like. Everybody else.
Sandra Louise Mason, you are charged with 4 counts of bigamy and 4 of fraud, and are to be held on remand pending a trial to answer these charges. Is that correct?
Yes?
Bigamy?
Yes. Silly, isn't it, to punish people just because they like getting married?
I would have thought that anyone who got married once wouldn't be stupid enough to repeat the mistake.
Oh, that's because you haven't met the right man. I bet you're married, Mrs.
Powell. I'm the Deputy Governor.
Oh, goodness. I didn't expect anybody so important to meet me. Don't let me keep you from your work.
This is my work.
Oh, goodbye. Hope to see you again.
I don't believe this.
Yeah, just gonna be one of those days.
Didn't you make a lovely bride? Oh, just look at that dress.
Oh, that one was chiffon and lace. I think that was the nicest one of all.
Oh, just look at that. Your sister's the dead wrinkle, you, isn't she?
Oh, that one, that was Brian. I remember because I spilled champagne on my dress and it wouldn't come out.
Do you mean that these are all your weddings?
Yes.
Oh, you must have been down the aisle about half a dozen times.
5, actually. Wait a minute. You're right, Lizzie. It was 6.
Well, I'm buggered.
So are the police. They think there's only 4.
Here, leave all these and come with me.
Where are we going?
To meet the others. This they gotta hear.
I do. I never take on a new husband until I've left the old one.
Yeah, but I reckon you're supposed to divorce them first.
Oh, that's terrible, Lizzie. I don't believe in divorce. And after all, I can't see why I can't get married just because I don't believe in divorce. After all, a girl's happiest day is supposed to be her wedding day, and, well, everybody wants to be happy for more than one day, don't they?
Now get a move on. Your husband's here to see you.
Oh, wonderful. Which one?
Mason, you would know that better than I. But why don't we both go and find out?
Oh, this place is awful. I have to get out, Lizzie. I have to find a way to prove that I'm innocent.
You're battering your head against a brick wall, love. Screws like Ferguson have got ways of keeping you in here, and once you're at Crim, you've got butless chance of ever getting away from it.
But I'm not a criminal. Well, not like the others, anyway.
Not now, you're not. That's because you're new in here. But give you a year or two, you'll be so like the rest of us, even your own mum won't know the difference. Temporary insanity, love.
And that could get me off?
Well, it gets you transferred to a mental hospital.
But why? Surely that would be worse than this place.
Yeah, well, let's just say you miraculously recover after a couple of weeks. Well, they let you go, and you don't have to come back here. Isn't that right, Bea?
Yeah, just so long as you were mad when you actually broke the law.
Why, my ear, you're Nazi King's man.
Brother.
Get back to lunch. Go on, get out.
You fainted, Mason, that's all.
Why do you call me this strange name? I am Jean. I must return to my men and do battle for the glory of France.
Joan of Arc?
Oh, yeah, that's all we need.
The bells, they are calling me.
You just stay there and rest. You'll need your strength for the battle.
You surely don't believe this?
Well, it's not going to hurt her to miss lunch, is it?
The Archangel Michael is waiting for me.
That's all right, I'll phone him. Just stay there. You rest. Sister Kelly will see you when she's finished her maternity. Well, come on.
Do you swear by Almighty God that the evidence you shall give in this case shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. It's just like getting married, isn't it?
It would appear, Miss Mason, that is a subject on which you should be quite an expert. We can only hope that you will take your oath more seriously than you did your marriage vows.
Objection, Your Honor. That statement presupposes my client's guilt.
Withdrawn. Now, Miss Mason, this court has heard the testimony of Brian Molan and James Watson concerning your apparently bigamous activities. What have you to say?
I've never seen them before in my life.
You are claiming, then, that there was never a marriage between you and these and any other gentleman? And that your signature, which appears on various marriage certificates, is in fact a forgery?
Well, it must be. Well, if you must know, I think it's Audrey again. She's always getting me into trouble.
Audrey?
Yes, my twin sister. We're identical. She's always doing things like that.
Miss Mason, rather than waste this court's time with nonsense, I would ask you to take a close look at those two gentlemen and, remembering your oath, inform the court whether or not you did, in fact, marry them.
Oh, dear. I don't want to upset them because I'm sure they're both very nice, but... Well, let's face it. Would you marry them?
Don't be frivolous.
Exactly, so don't try and palm them off onto me.
Your Honor, if I may, I do have a photo here taken at the wedding.
Thank you. Miss Mason, do you deny that you were in that photograph?
Oh, that's not me. That's Audrey. You see, Audrey's got a beauty spot in the middle of her cheek. It's the only way you can tell us apart.
That, Miss Mason, is a speck of doubt.
Oh, well, it could have been me. I don't remember. I've not been feeling very well lately. I hear voices. Will I pour the tea?
No, Bixie, I'm very busy. None of your games, please.
Oh, of course not. Not with tea. I like it too much. I think we should take the tea drinking ceremony very seriously, don't you? Like the Japanese. There. Hope it's not too strong. Oh, it does look a bit that way, doesn't it? Oh, well. I suppose it'd look a little bit better with some milk in it. Whoops, too much. There, that's better. Now, sugar?
Yes, 2, please.
Ah, that looks better. But it's the taste that counts, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
Do try it, please.
Fine. Just the way I like it.
Oh, that's good. I'd hate to have gone to all that trouble for nothing. Right. Oh, look at that. Mrs. Morris, can I please have my clothes back?
What do you think you're doing? How dare you come in here like this?
Oh, yes, it's a bit informal, I know, but, well, all of my clothes are missing. All the pretty dresses I came
Don't be
with.
ridiculous. You were issued with a uniform.
I can't wear that. It's not mine.
Oh, you love, you look much better in your white organza than you had me picked.
Thank you. I'd never buy denim. It doesn't suit me. Besides, everybody else is wearing it.
Goodness. I'll handle this.
Oh, goodness. Time to get up already?
Teach you to make
Thank
a fool
you, Miss
of me.
Ferguson. I'll handle this. Slept well, did we?
Oh, yes, thank you, Mrs. Powell. It does wonders for the spine to sleep standing up. I read in a book
Yes, I'm sure it does. Well, better get to the showers and get dressed. Only 1 hour to breakfast. Miss Ferguson, let's get the women to the showers.
Would you look at that?
Oh, crikey, she's at it again. Good on you, Pixie.
Yeah, well, she must be mad if she thinks that's gonna fool Pal.
Nice to see you made it, Mason. Unfortunately, we don't allow customers in here unless they're properly dressed. It is a shame, but you're going to miss breakfast. Bye-bye.
But...
No buts. Get out.
Never. More flour. Why don't we brighten it up with something a little bit pretty? Ah. There we are. That ought to do it.
Mason, stop that at once.
Oh, but I can't because no, it's too thick. A little bit more milk, I think.
Mason, get away from that bowl.
Did I do something wrong?
You must be crazy. I'll see the governor hears about this.
Hello, Mrs. Reynolds. And Mr. Wallace. Would you like some coffee too?
Yes, thanks. White with 1.
Right. There we go.
Thank you, Mason.
That's all right. And white. And 1 for... Darling! Oh, why told me you were coming.
What?
Mason, stop that!
You Jezebel! How dare you try and steal my husband? Well, you'll never take him away from me. Never!
Mason, this has gone far enough.
Would you like some more milk, Mrs.
No,
Reynolds?
no more milk, just... You may go, Mason.
Yes, Mrs. Reynolds.
Oh, no. Where did you get that stuff from?
Oh, she pinched it from the kitchen. Wonder what she wanted it for.
Thank you, Miss Ferguson. I'll handle this. Okay, Mason, what have you done to your hair?
Oh, I didn't do anything, Mrs. Powell. It was the Martians. Well, they were hiding in my cell.
Oh, I see, I get it.
They had these big silver laser guns and they went zap, and my hair turned red. Well, Mars is the red planet, you know.
Well, zap, let's go.
Back to the Martian?
To the showers, get out.
Excuse me, dear.
Goodness.
Oh, come on, Pixie.
I'm coming.
Excuse me.
Oh, dear.
Of course, Ludmilla. Tomorrow evening. Now, look, I can't, not now. I'm flat as a tag. I've got a customer. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Yes, madam, can I help you?
Has there been a young lady in here?
Oh, there've been many. We're a very successful boutique. Do you mean someone in particular?
Oh, she's about 25. She's got big green eyes, short blonde hair. She's wearing a pink shirt and a pink fluffy top.
No. Mind you, I've been very busy. She might have popped in and out while I wasn't looking.
Oh, thanks anyway. If she'd seen this place, she'd still be here.
Governor's office, Pal speaking.
Colleen, I've lost Pixie. There was some confusion at the lifts.
Hello? Hello? Can I get in, please?
You a visitor?
No.
ID, please.
What's an ID?
Well, if you haven't got one, then you can't get in.
Oh, but I live here.
You mean you're a prisoner?
Well, there's no need to be insulting about it. Some of my best friends are prisoners. What's your name?
Trevor Kelly.
Well, Mr. Kelly, do you think I'd be wanting to get in here if I didn't live here? Please, ring Mrs. Powell. She'll tell you it's all right. We'll just tell her Pixie's back.
I mean, you accepted the job, just like that.
Yes, isn't it wonderful?
And you didn't say you were from Wentworth?
Well, she didn't ask. She was just really pleased when I sold all of those lovely dresses.
You cannot go around deceiving people like that. She has to know.
Well, all right. I'll tell her when I start.
No, I will tell her now. Which means, of course, you might not be starting.
You can't take that job away from me.
Pixie, you just have to face it. Most people don't want to employ prisoners on work release.
Well, that's not fair. I can do that job.
Unfortunately, that isn't taken into consideration.
But you don't understand. That would be simply perfect for me. It would be like getting married 10 times a day, only it would be legal.
Sorry.
But I can't wash those horrid dishes. I'd just die if I had to.
I don't think it'll be quite so drastic.
Come on.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning, sir.
The happy bride to be?
Oh, I hope so. Are you about to be married?
Oh, no, my dear. My wife died several years ago, and I've never considered marriage again.
Oh, you didn't like being married?
Certainly. My Sarah and I were very happy together. Now, what kind of gown appeals to you?
Oh, well, I love them all, but, well, I'll do my best to advise you.
Lovely. Now, do you think a full-length gown?
Oh, I agree with you entirely. I think the traditional ones are still the nicest. There's a beautiful one over here.
What a charming choice.
Well, I'll have to know the size, of course.
Say size 10?
Ah, it's the same size as me. Look, I could model it for you if you like, and then you'll know what it looks like on the bride.
I don't understand. You're not the bride-to-be?
No.
We seem to be at cross purposes here. I thought you were going to buy a dress. I'm Carl Schumann, the proprietor. You must be Miss Mason.
Oh, I feel so silly trying to sell you a dress.
Since you were doing so nicely. My sister told me all about you.
Oh, shall I get her? She's just at the back packing orders.
Oh, no. We managed quite well on our own.
Well, thank you very much for giving me a chance. Well, none of my friends thought you would after you found out that I lived at the prison.
Well, we wanted someone experienced, and you certainly seem to fill the bill. You must have a great love of marriage.
Oh, no, not particularly. It's the weddings I love. She likes the one I chose. She looks really beautiful, didn't she?
Yeah.
I hope you don't mind, Ralph, but it's very like the one I wore on our wedding day, isn't it? What did you say?
Miranda, I can explain everything.
You were married to her. You're a divorced man and you never even bothered to tell me.
No, I'm not divorced.
What?
I mean, I was married, but I wasn't. Explain.
Well, you see, Ralph and I were married all...
I don't want to hear anymore. And I hate the dress anyway.
Oh.
Now do you see what you've done?
I'm sorry, Ralph. I was only trying to help.
Do me a favour. Next time, don't try and help.
I left in a bit of a hurry. What happened?
I think they had a few premarital problems to sort out.
Look, thanks for your wonderful ideas, Miss Mason.
Right.
You have made up your minds?
Yes, we'll take that dress and the matching bridesmaids' dresses with the alterations your assistant suggested. You certainly have a prize there, Mr. Schumann.
She's an expert on the subject, Mrs. Taylor. We'll telephone you as soon as the adjustments are complete.
Good. And thank you, my dear, for turning an ordeal into a pleasure.
It's all right.
We'll see you at the next fittings. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks again.
Okay, bye.
I'm not surprised they decided to take it. You look very lovely.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Schumann.
You should have tried for a modelling career.
Oh, well, I would love to have, but I didn't have time in between my weddings.
Linda-
Well, Miss Baker, didn't I tell you it was heavenly?
You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Ralph! Oh, what a wonderful surprise.
Pixie, you look adorable.
Oh, thank you. Where's your fiancée? Did you make it up with her?
No, I came round here to have a piece of you for breaking up our engagement.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm a dreadful person. I'm awfully sorry.
Oh, no, look, don't blame yourself. I'm glad it happened, actually. I think I fell for Miranda on the rebound after our marriage was annulled. You look beautiful. I feel like racing you off to the nearest church.
Oh, you can't, because Miss Baker wants this dress for her wedding.
Pixie, we've got so much to catch up with. At least let me take you to lunch tomorrow.
I'd love to. Thank you.
Well, make it 12:30 then? Better let you get back to work then.
Pixie, please, let me explain.
No, Ralph, I don't trust you. I told you we had to be back at the prison on time. We'll never make it. Now I'll be in awful trouble. And what about the surprise you promised me?
Yeah, but don't you see? This is the surprise.
What do you mean?
Look, Pixie, just tell me one thing. Do you love me?
Look, I'm mad at you now. But of course I do.
Enough to marry me?
Oh, honestly, you just don't listen sometimes, do you? I told you I didn't want to marry you until they let me out of the prison.
They already have.
Oh, for good, silly.
Pixie, just listen. When you told me about all the things that happened to you in prison, well, I just couldn't bear to think of you staying there any longer. So, I went and I spoke to the prison governor.
You spoke to Mrs. Powell?
Mrs. Powell, yes, I certainly did. And I told her that if they kept you in there any longer, I'd go straight to the newspapers and tell them all the things you told me.
Oh, gosh, she'll be awfully mad at me.
No, she wasn't. She agrees with me. She doesn't think you should be there. So you see, that's the surprise. You've been, how do they put it, bound over to my custody. Yes, that's it. Well, aren't you going to say anything? We're going to get married.
But what about the license and the wedding dress and...
Don't worry about the license. I convinced them that they'd put the wrong name on the one I got to marry Miranda. Now, close your eyes. All right, open.
Oh, Ralph! Oh, darling. Oh, I do love you.